when today's honey was cooking, well, this is a very special dish because there's actually honey involved in it. We are making honey sesame beef, and the ingredients again are very simple, very flavorful. I've got just about a kilogram of beef. I've lightly pounded it so the slices are not very thick. I've got 6 heaped tablespoons full of honey, a couple of sesame seeds. I've got sesame oil. Now the recipes usually call for 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. You have to be very careful with this. The quality that we have over here is very strong and it leaves a strong bitter aftertaste, which I do not want. I will not be using more than half a teaspoon of sesame oil. I've got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, again 2 heaped tablespoons of tomato ketchup, 2 teaspoons full of garlic, and then we are going to use broccoli and carrots. Again, this is a personal preference. My family prefers broccoli and carrots. Recipes usually call for snow peas. If you want to use snow peas, that's up to you. Let's get into about the quantity of oil. We are going to use 2 cooking spoons full of oil. I've got oil heated up, and what I'm simply going to do, I'm going to lower the pieces of beef into the oil and just let it brown. So all the beef is into the pan now in the hot oil. We will just put on a lid to it and let it cook for, let's say, a good 10 minutes. The idea is to reduce all the moisture from the meat. We will move on to make the sauce for the honey sesame beef. So we will pour out the honey in a mixing bowl. Add the soy sauce to it. You might have noticed we haven't used any salt in this recipe. That's because we are using a considerable amount of soy sauce, but then again there's no additional salt in it, so we should be fine. In goes the garlic and the ketchup, and finally a very minute quantity of the sesame oil. Remember, I told you it can be very strong and it can leave a strong bitter aftertaste. We don't want that. And now it's just a matter of giving it a quick mix. Now, if you would want to add added cornstarch, so you would take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in half a cup of water, give it a good mix and add it to this mixture now before you add it to the beef. The beef is cooking nicely and gently. We would want all the water to reduce and the beef to brown. And then it's just a matter of mixing it up. It's an extremely easy and simple recipe. So the meat has now been cooking for good 40 minutes. I did have to extend the cooking time because the meat wasn't tender enough. I did add water. I let it cook. By the sound of the sizzle, I can tell that the water has reduced, evaporated. Let's give it a check. Yes, the meat has nicely cooked. All the excess water has evaporated. So if I was using raw vegetables, I would add the veggies at this point of time. What I did with my veggies was I blanched them in hot water and then gave them a cold water bath. So they are pretty much turgid, good color, yet cooked. So at this point of time, we will move on to add the sauce that we prepared by combining honey, soy sauce, just a little bit of sesame oil, and I can tell you it is already giving a good aroma, tomato ketchup, garlic, and in goes the sauce. Now quite honestly, there's not much added water or moisture to the sauce either, so there's not much cooking required, and I did not use cornstarch. I like the gravy without the cornstarch. We will give this a quick mix. Yeah, and the smell, the aroma is beautiful. I can get the garlic, I can get the sesame oil, I can get the soy sauce. So that's a perfect blend of aromas that you should be getting. We'll let it simmer for a couple of minutes and then we'll add our veggies and then give it a sprinkle of sesame seeds. We are good. So the beef is now simmered with the sauce for a couple of minutes. I must say, a very nice color, a very nice aroma. And finally, we toss in the vegetables, broccoli and carrots. the king ingredient, your sesame seeds. Honey sesame beef is ready.